Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of La Finiquera Podcast. I know it's been a while, but today I'm back with a special guest, somebody who's been popping around town. You know, you might have seen him at one of your local functions, you know, Melacony Boy.
Hey, in the flesh, man. You feel me? I had to bring out the merch, you know what I'm saying? Just in case, zoom in on that if you can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here finally, bro. After all these years, man, I've been a fan. Huge fan of the podcast, bro. It's a blessing to be here, man.
Hey, so I do have one question is everybody keeps butchering your name. I know I didn't say it right. I was just fucking with you. But how do you say your name for everybody that doesn't know how to say it?
All right, man. So I'm glad you asked, bro. We're going to put this to rest. So, I've heard a lot of different variations of my name. I've heard Malachi. I've heard Melon Chocolate. I've heard Malachi. But we're going to put that to rest. So tonight, so it's Melancholy Boy, If you don't know how to say that, if you've never seen the word melancholy, the school system failed you, because when I was in 6th grade taking poetry class, that's where I first heard that.
Who was taking poetry classes at 6th grade?
I don't know. They had a segment on that. I don't know, bro. But it wasn't up to me.
A lot of people thought you were Biden from The Weeknd.
Nah, that was actually my name before he had that album.
So he's Biden you.
Yeah, My Dear Melancholy. I was just like, bro, why am I not a feature on this? Bro could have called me. You feel me? He could have called.
So when do you feel like you've started popping off, like just to switch topics a little bit, when do you feel like you started popping off with your filming and stuff like that you're doing? Because you'll be at these functions doing vlogs, capturing all this like crazy footage,
Yeah, I feel like it took me a while to like gain the skills. Like I started off like just doing music, and then I kind of like needed somebody to like do videos. I didn't really know anybody, just coming in the game. I didn't know nobody, bro. I thought I was for a while the only one making music in Phoenix, or like the only one that was like in the rap scene. But then once I got like hella tapped in, I realized like, damn, there's like so many videographers. There's so much bubbling here. But yeah, it's been a minute. Damn, I forgot the question. I didn't go full circle. What was the question?
No, but also like when do you feel like you started popping off with this vlog stuff?
Oh, like, so yeah, it was barely been this year, but it's probably been like a few months, maybe like less than 6 months. But yeah, like where I was gonna go with that is like it took me a while to gain that skill. Like I was doing music videos and stuff like that, so I feel like now that I had like good content to actually like record and stuff, my editing was already there, so it kind of like it was just a perfect moment, I feel like.
So you started doing music videos. What are some of the local artists that you did music videos here with? Like, who are some of the people?
Hey, shout out my boy Bliss, man. Shout out my boy Kid You Dig, bro. I gotta give a shout out to him. He's the one that told me to pop out to these parties, So like, I gotta give a lot of credit to him, Tap in with his music at Kid IUDIG, And yeah, so it's Bliss, Kid You Dig. Shout out my boy Ali from the Valley. He's the one that came up with the blessed term, or like the goated term. They asked me where I got the pills. They got me at a quinceañera. They asked me where I got the pills. I got him at a quinceañera. Like, that's him. Shout out Ali from the Valley.
Bars.
There's a lot of other people. I just can't think about it. If I'm missing you, I'm sorry. It's been a minute ago. I'm still doing music videos. Shout out to my boy EMB. Shout out to Murda 623. Shout out to Brutals. Yeah, shout out to everybody. There's just so many people to name, but shout out to everybody, bro. I fuck with all you guys.
I mean, for this next question is like, I think you're just at the right places at the right time with your camera. But what's been popping off is all these like QT fights and all these gas station fights, that's been going on. I know you ain't the one directly facilitating them, but I see, that's kind of what blew you up as well.
No, yeah, for sure. No, yeah, like it's kind of crazy. Like, it wasn't even my idea. I had, one of the homies, he like came out and was just like, yeah, we should have people box people. It started off with just like a house party thing. And then like, after the house parties would get shut down, we'd go to the QT. So then like, people just started boxing there. Like, at first I didn't even have a pair of gloves. It was like my homie's pairs of gloves. And like, yeah, he kind of like facilitated it. And like, I was just there recording, type shit. But yeah, it's been a blessing, just kind of like getting like the interviews and getting like the inside scoop, just right place, right time,
Yeah. So what do you also feel like is going to be some of your next moves, given after, the vlogging stuff like this? Are we always going to see like this QT type of content where people are just boxing it out? Or are we going to see a transition into new content where we're going to see more of you?
Yeah, there's definitely a transition for sure. I always like to like just switch things up, even with the whole party. Like, I'm kind of new to the party scene. So like there's a lot of like you know, there's definitely different seasons. Shout out to AZ Most Wanted. Shout out to the Spanish Jew. He was saying it has to be like, you know, different seasons, right? You know, I don't want to be put in a box, you know. It's going really well for me, but I kind of feel like, you know, it's time to like, you know, level up, do like more like professional type of events, and like, you know, even like, you know, like mansion parties, like pool parties, like all different types of things. So yeah, we're definitely branching out. I'm excited to work with some new content creators out there, just people that I haven't met. So yeah, for sure, there's a lot of things in store. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you're not like directly affiliated with anybody. You're just your own, like your own self, that you're doing your own content. You know, you're not really backed by like a whole team, but you are cool with a lot of the local.
Yeah, like I fuck with everybody. You know, shout out Sideshow, shout out. There's just so many people out there. Again, like I don't want to like, you know, exclude anybody.
They're responsible for pushing the culture forward, you know?
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Like, I fuck with, you know, just even this platform, La Finiquera podcast. I fuck with everybody, you know, but like at the end of the day, I'm the one that kind of like does all my edits, does all my things. Like, I'm deeply collaborated with a lot of people, but yeah, at the end of the day, I'm kind of my own entity, but I fuck with everybody though.
Yeah, that's cool, bro, because, you know, a lot of people have like a big team, and that's what really made you stick out as well, is that you're doing this by yourself. You know, you're not having this whole team that's like editing everything for you. Like, this comes from you, so it's edited how you see things from your point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's about that time, you know. I'm about to maybe start building a team, you know, like the possibilities are endless, you know. So I'm definitely like, you know, scoping out, you know, some of the youth, some of the young talent out there. So for sure, anybody, you know, wants to tap in, I'm always available to work. You know, we could talk something, you know, talk business, hit my line, you know.
So given you're somebody who's like filmed music videos and done stuff like that in the media industry here in Arizona, what do you feel like Arizona rap is looking like right now?
I mean, I feel like it's bubbling, not even gonna lie. I feel like just the whole city in general is bubbling. Like, there's just so many things coming out from here, and like people are starting, like, you know, I feel like 5-10 years ago you said Phoenix, people be like, where the hell is that? You know, Phoenix, Arizona, like, oh, okay. But now it's like, oh, shit, Phoenix. Like, I feel like it's starting to get a name for itself. We're not really quite there yet, but a lot of people are kind of like comparing it to LA. Not in a disrespectful way, but it's just the traffic is crazy,
I mean,
you know?
We're very different than LA.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. The culture is very different, but I'm just saying, as far as, it's like extremely different now. But yeah, like, for sure. I'm just saying, as far as like, kind of like, definitely not like the population, but as far as like, it's just getting like the freeways, it's just getting hella crowded. Like, everybody's moving out here. You feel me?
What would you say is that like AZ sound? Because in my opinion, I don't feel like we've found it yet, you know, but it's because when I hear people compare us like to our type of music, it'd be like, oh, this person sounds like they're from over there, the East Coast, West Coast, you know, they're always comparing it in a sense, but I don't feel like we've landed on what is that like Arizona flow, you know, like what type of flow are we known for? You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't feel like we've figured that out yet.
I mean, I feel like Arizona music isn't really known.
Yeah.
Period. So I feel like you can't really say that, you know. I mean, but you have a point.
We have people that are popped off though. We have like Merkham's. He does great. You know, Alexis wrote it.
Yeah.
Alexis does great. He's arguably like one of our top artists, just like with his features and a lot of stuff that he's done.
Absolutely.
Richie Evans, I feel. Azucena has been doing features with like Lefty Gunplay, Peso. Like, she has a whole album coming out and it just features, and I feel like people don't talk about her enough, you know?
Right.
It's just like what's bubbling in the streets right now, but I feel like we do have some people that have made it out a little bit, but they're not really popping like that here in AZ for some reason. Why do you feel like they get love outside of AZ but not from AZ?
I don't know, man. I feel like it be your own people sometimes, you know? I feel like I feel like it is like a kind of like a crab in a bucket mentality. Unfortunately, I feel like, you know, everybody kind of wants to be that one person that like, oh yeah, I put Phoenix on the map. Like, people kind of want to take credit, but I feel like, you know, it should be more community based where we're kind of all helping each other out.
Yeah.
You know? That's just my opinion though, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not the collective, I'm just one person, you know.
Just a person recording the videos, you know.
Yeah, I'm just, you know. So that's just a suggestion, right? But I mean, people have been saying that for years.
Yeah, everybody says that, you know, it's like unity. We all got to work together.
Yeah, you know, like it's easier said than done, right? You know, I know there's a lot of egos involved, and like I know there's a lot of like, I don't know, politics involved, but you know, hopefully we get there one day. Hopefully we figure it out.
I'm sure we will. You know, like I think that Arizona's popping more. We got the new VA resort that's being built. You seen that next to Westgate?
Oh yeah, I seen like the. Wait, no, that's not. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of. Wait, no, isn't like the roller coaster?
They have a roller coaster.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah, it's like Mattel World, so it's all the Hot Wheels shit.
Yeah,
but they're also gonna be holding concerts in there, so I think that's gonna be really fucking dope. So what do you think, bro? Honestly, about the Diddy parties and Diddy actually beating some of the charges?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a loaded question. I don't know why you would ask me that. To be honest, I'm offended. Nah, I'm just playing. I think. I'm very.
You thinking, huh?
I gotta be very careful with my words right now.
Is it free Diddy or not?
Yo. Hey yo, I don't like the line of questioning, man. Feels like an interrogation, you know. Who put you up to this? Nah,
AZ's Most Wanted.
I just like start sweating. You know, I was never invited to a Diddy party. Would I have gone? Maybe, but not to the freak off, but to the main event. Not that isn't the freak off. I hope it isn't.
You think the main event ain't the freak off?
Damn, I don't fuck. I'm stumbling across there. That's not what I don't clip this. Nah, it's like the freak off ain't even the main event. Like that sounds so bad. Like that ain't big enough for you. That's not a big deal. Like that's funny.
I wonder what is the main event.
I know.
You know some shit.
I know, right? It's like fuck. I said too much. Nah. Honestly, I mean, I like the song "I'll Be Missing You." And I like his music. As far as allegations, I don't know what he did, what he didn't do. I mean, if he did that shit, then fuck, that's foul. But you know,
he beat some of the cases, bro.
I mean, I don't know if that's like a reflection on like the legal system or a reflection of like his innocence. But I don't know. Bottom line, bro, what I
was thinking, bro, is just so many. It's crazy that we haven't heard like confirmed names of who's gone to those Diddy parties. You know?
I know it's like what do they call it? Like a Epstein?
Yeah, like
Epstein Island. It's like that shit. It's
we have a bunch
up.
of rumors of who we think, and there's pictures and shit. But like,
yeah, I get you.
At the same time, nobody's been like outright confirmed to be like, oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's not a lot of talk about that. Yeah. You're right.
You know, probably like defamation of characters, what they're gonna hit him with if like they release some shit.
Maybe.
Bro, yeah, I just think it was a crazy situation with Diddy. You know, everything that like happened with him. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought he had a bunch of baby oil?
Costco?
You back up.
Well, no, I guess Costco denied that they facilitated it.
You think they did? Costco the ops, huh? You go to Sam's Club?
Sam's Club's cheaper low-key, but I feel like Costco's nicer. So I go to Costco, yeah.
That food court, huh, be hidden.
Yeah.
You can't beat those prices, bro.
Yeah, the glizzy. I know you a glizzy gobbler out here in these streets.
Bro, the chicken
bake?
Yeah,
I've never had one, to be honest, but I've heard amazing things. I'm gonna have to. I mean, I like the big ass slices of pizza.
Bro, it's so fire. It's so fire, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, what's your experience here with 27th Avenue and Indian School?
27th, I mean, it's like a love-hate relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we've been through it, but it holds me down. Actually, you know, my brother stays on that street.
Yeah, if y'all haven't heard of 27th Avenue and Indian School, y'all gotta go check it out. It's the best spot we got here in AZ. They got the best food around. It's like a whole resort.
I know people come from all over the world just to go there, just to flick up, just to go there, experience the culture with their families. Like, bro, that's amazing.
The spot. So much culture there, bro, and the women.
Don't even get me started on that. That's a whole different podcast right there, to be honest.
It's like bro, oh my God, you think you see some bad women?
Bro,
you don't even know.
Bro, $20 goes a long way.
That's all we gotta say.
That's all we gotta say. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? We'll cut this podcast off at this point, you know. Thank you for being on the podcast. I appreciate everything you answered for us today, you know. Any message for anybody that's been watching, you know? Anybody that's like a fan of yours, of Melancholy?
Yeah, we have more things in tune. Shout out, I'm probably just gonna shout out my boy Samir. Shout out EK. Shout out Puro 480, you know, shout out all the party promoters, shout out everybody doing big things in Phoenix, shout out AZ Most Wanted, shout out La Finiquera, shout out just everybody in the city putting on, because I know it's hard, because like I feel like, you know, there was a time in which like, you know, you'd say you're from Phoenix, you'd kind of get laughed at, like what the fuck is out there, and like now it's like, it's starting to become, you know, we're starting to be in the conversation, so I appreciate everybody that's like working every day, you know.
And them involving you, huh? To like
for sure.
Like, capture all this footage.
No, yeah, absolutely. Anybody that, you know, reaches out and wants to collaborate, like, no, I appreciate that, because I remember when I was like I said, when I started, I felt like nobody was doing this, and I felt like I had friends that I'd be like, yeah, we should make this content, we should do this, and they're like, they would kind of look at me crazy, like, why would you want to do that? Like, what's the point of that? Or like, you know. So now that I have this like network of people that are just hitting me up, like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Like, I love it. So it's like, you know, anybody else that wants to work, that wants to collaborate, wants to do anything, I'm always here. I'm always here taking suggestions. So, you know, I'd love to work with everybody if I could, you know, but Father Time doesn't allow it. But yeah, you know, let's work.
Where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at Melancholy Boy. So
Just
like,
know how to spell it.
yeah,
We'll spell
yeah.
it out for everybody.
Nah,
that
for
doesn't know how to
sure.
spell
It's
it.
Melancho. Nah, Emily Mela. I know Emily Melancholy Boii. 3 I's. Bo like boy, but not that wasn't even really the intention behind that. It was kind of on some like, if you know, like Kendrick Lamar, high power. A lot of people don't know that. They think I'm over here like, yeah, boy, but nah, it wasn't that.
Damn.
But, yeah,
That's a little bit deep, bro.
Fun fact. Yeah, fun fact. I got 3 I's. If you're on that conscious too, I don't want to say too much because Illuminati, but you know what we on. Positivity, vibrations.
All right. Well.
Like, anyways.
Thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of La Finiquera Podcast. We'll see y'all next week with another episode with another guest. Thank you, bro, for letting me set up right here doing this podcast with you for your time.
No, thank you, bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace.
Wrong camera.